Musio is your all-access scoring suite plugin that features an ever-evolving collection of sounds and instruments that's designed to unify your workflow. It's gonna instantly and efficiently deliver a catalog of over 1,000 premium samples directly to you. And Musio is constantly being updated with fresh new instruments so that you always have something new to explore. When we're writing a picture or for different projects, it's really on us to develop that unique, distinctive palette of sounds that still meets Hollywood standards. And I think that's where Musio shines. We get the comprehensive orchestral lineup of strings, brass, winds, percussion, but we also have access to synthesizers and drum kits and just an incredible range of experimental samples that add depth and texture to our music. As a composer, there's a level of instant inspiration that you get when exploring Musio because these instruments are so readily accessible to us. One of my favorite things about Musio is that it goes beyond just downloading and managing your libraries. Instead, it's more like this intuitive, cohesive, central hub that brings together all of the essentials that you need to write your music. I actually get excited when I open up a new instance of Musio because just on the Explore page alone, we have a ton of curated suggestions and updated featured content, making it super easy to discover new tools for different genres of music. With Musio's specific approach to how we interact with our samples, even different and diverse collections now feel inherently unified within the plugin. And this allows you to focus on what's most important, actually creating music without worrying about compatibility issues or downloading individual libraries. Musio streamlines your workflow by providing the tools that you need all in one place. With its simple and intuitive interface, it just takes away the difficulty of navigating new or complicated software. And yet it still offers these powerful tools to help you create polished and professional sounding music without having to spend so much time adjusting settings. Now, Musio's catalog of samples is an extensive resource for composers. You'll recognize some Cinesymphony favorites like Cinebrass, Cinestrings, Cineperk. We also have industry brass Corin Pro, the next step in iconic brass scoring, or Quatra, which is an incredibly detailed session string library. And if you want to add a touch of artistry to your music, there are libraries made in collaboration like Randy's Prepared Piano, or even like Apocalyptica, Gina Luciani Cinema Flutes, and one of my absolute favorite cello legatos is from Tina Guo's acoustic cello. Cinesamples and the Musio team have been able to work with some incredible industry musicians while capturing the best sound possible and engineering it so that we have them at our fingertips. And what makes these libraries sound so premium is that they were often recorded in studios like the MGM scoring stage at Sony or the Alfred Newman scoring stage at Fox. And that means that we get a high level of Hollywood quality and just rich professionalism that you might hear from pro musicians or studio locations. Just take a listen to the new industry brass 6-horn legato. In In the past, I've always used Cinebrass as my go-to brass library because it's so good. But now that I have industry brass at my disposal, I get a totally different sound in a totally different location. When I was writing, I really felt like I was in one central location that housed all of the samples I needed for this piece. And there are libraries that I haven't even touched yet. And depending on the music that you're writing, you can pick a sound that fits your need for that music. Musio is this dynamic, ever-improving plugin that is made for composers. And for a plugin that's so powerful, you get all of this in a lightweight package, which is incredibly efficient on your system resources. Once installed and updated, you'll have access to a continually growing selection of features and content. This means there's no hassle of downloading individual libraries. Everything that you need is there at the touch of a button. And even your collaborations with other musicians who use Musio are going to be easy and headache-free. Doesn't matter the OS or the DAW, your Musio instruments are going to load up without having to worry about a file path or plugin versions. As this all-access scoring suite plugin, Musio has really come a long way since its original launch. And yet there are even more features to look forward to, like new and improved effects, advanced mic signal controls, instrument-specific interfaces, and the ability to key switch within a single instrument. And of course, the more that Musio expands its library of sounds, the more you have a chance to explore and experiment with different samples. Even with these additions, Musio is still finding a way to offer composers more control over their music without sacrificing the user-friendly approach. Musio is designed with you in mind, whether you are composing with your very first sample library or you're a seasoned pro in need of a unified workflow. From monthly and annual options to lifetime access, Musio has a plan that fits your needs best. So if you want to experience the endless creative potential that Musio has to offer, then head on over to musio.com to try it.